Pin comment. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's start getting this live going. For those wondering why I'm going live today, especially on Instagram, it's I wanted to do a post Chatgram live talk because it's actually one of the items I talked about for pretty much the last half of Chatgram live on Facebook earlier today was the new information coming out about the Instagram algorithm. Instagram has done something that they pretty much have never done before. They went full transparency on how the Instagram algorithm works. A lot of it was just stuff that we kind of knew, but then they also totally busted a lot of myths that have been circulating for like the last 2 years. So I just kind of wanted to use this opportunity to talk about it more over here. But also, I know a certain, portion of my audience doesn't tune into Chatgram Live, but I still want to use this opportunity to talk about it over here. So make sure, because I'm sure you've been seeing a lot of things the last couple of days about this new Instagram algorithm and information come out. Here's the thing, though. And it really pissed me off when I'll even name names. When later, the Instagram app for that people use for publishing and posting, later, they did a clickbait article yesterday called, the new Instagram algorithm. So everyone's now calling this the new Instagram algorithm. It's not new. It's just the information that being released is new to us in a way, but it's nothing groundbreaking or shattering except for a couple of things. And I'm going to save those for the very end. And I'm a little all over the place because, this is impromptu, so kind of winging it as I go, which I know is sort of a no-no when going live, but just bear with me. Those for catching, doing the replay, might as well just go ahead, hopefully you've skipped those first couple minutes of this thing. Anyways, all right, let's get this started. What Instagram did is they held a private event with invited tech journalists last week, and so some of this information started getting released Friday, and then basically, full-blown, went full-blown newsworthy yesterday. See, Branded Gift Plus has joined us. Welcome. So, what they had done is, Instagram had held its private event, invited tech journalists, and then basically this information started getting released Friday, and then hit full stream media yesterday, and everyone started sharing the hell out of it. So I wanted to, want to do my take, and also be a little, do my little happy dance because it also proves some of the myths that I've been saying are myths. Instagram is finally saying they are myths. A little tongue tied there because I'm so happy finally, I can say, look, Instagram says they're not doing this stuff, and I have the data to back it up now. But all right. So, what this event was all about was full transparency. But it's basically this is all part of Facebook's initiative to be more transparent to everyone on how things operate behind the scenes. So, so naturally Instagram, since they're owned by Facebook, held this event, and they basically, they did this whole whiteboard presentation with the tech journalists of talking about how the Instagram algorithm works, and they also answered a whole bunch of questions. And so I'm just the main article I'm gonna actually read to y'all is actually from the TechCrunch, because it's very succinct. Basically it gives everything pretty much you need to know. Let's just jump into it. The three main criteria with Instagram algorithm is interest, timeliness, and relationship. Relationship one, the third one, is actually the key. It's basically the more you enter, this proves that what I've been saying for like a year now is the more you interact with a particular account, the more you're going to see that account's content in your feed. And also, the stronger the relationship is with that account, so say both of y'all interact with each other, and then both of y'all interact with other accounts' content, that rewards the content to be more visible in your feed. Back to priority, this is a priority algorithm. So it's all user base. It's not Facebook's algorithm. It's not it doesn't run off popularity. It runs off what you tell the algorithm, the content you like. So now with the interest, basically, this is, I'm just going to read from the screen. How much Instagram predicts you'll care about a post with higher ranking of what matters to you determined by past behavior or similar content and potentially machine vision and analyzing the actual content of the post. Basically, it gauges what you, off your past interaction with content, it gauges if you're going to like future content that is of similar nature. So that's where a little bit of the machine comes in. Then now the recency is how recent the post was shared, with prioritization of timely posts over week-old ones. Basically, it's going to try and bump the newer content that you're going to most likely engage with and like to the top. And as always, the more active you are on Instagram, the more relevant and more engaged content you're going to see towards the top. And then, we had already gone over a relationship. Now, beyond those three things, there are other things to think of. Frequency, how often you open Instagram, as it'll try to show you the best posts since your last visit. Now, if you're more active or extremely active, say if you're opening the app every hour, you're going to see a majority of your content, and then it's going to then each time you open it, it's going to filter it more and more and more of. So it's going to break things up, and you'll see almost a majority of the content. Following. If you follow a lot of people, Instagram will be picking from a wider breadth of authors, so you might see less of any specific person. So if you follow a shitload of people, and I mean a lot of people, it's going to have to pick and choose based on your interaction. This is why I say is only follow accounts you want to see in your feed. Now, I understand this cleanup process can be taxing, especially if there's accounts that you don't want to create the unfortunate unfollow situation where it's like you unfollow me, but why, blah blah blah. So that's where the new mute function coming in can help, at least with that aspect, and kind of cleaning your feed up a little bit. Now, on the usage part, if how long you spend on Instagram determines if you're seeing the best posts during short sessions, or is it digging deeper into a catalog if you spend more time browsing. It just basically, your usage also can greatly dictate of how your newsfeed is. I mean, basically, it's pure and simple. It's basically nothing groundbreaking here. It's everything we've been talking. Me and several other, Instagram marketing people have been saying is basically this is nothing groundbreaking. It's a prioritizing system. It does not hide content, and this is where the Instagram myth busting comes in. It's basically this is where Instagram is bust a lot of these hidden, like where they hide your content, stuff that people have been saying Instagram's been doing for the last 2 years. Okay, let's just go into the Instagram myth busting. Instagram is not at all, not at this time considering an option to see their old reverse, Talking today is not my friend. Words are not my friend today. All right, let's try that again. Basically, Instagram is not looking at bringing back chronological order. Algorithm is here to stay. They're not looking at options of doing a switch between chronological or algorithm. Basically, algorithm is here to stay. So, chronological lovers, sorry, it's not coming back. It's not coming back anytime soon. Maybe down the road, maybe not. No one knows except for Instagram. But Instagram at the moment is saying they're not bringing it back, and it's not even on their to-do list at the moment to even look at examining possibly putting in chronological order option. It's basically not on the table. Okay, here's a key one, people. Instagram does not hide posts in the feed. You will see everything posted by everyone you follow if you keep scrolling. It's basically the more active you are, the more you're going to see of all the content out there. Now, that's all. If you're not active a lot, say like you're checking once a day or once a week or hell once a month, I'm not sure why. I can't even picture just checking once a month. But that's like the more frequent you are, of course, the more likely you're able to see all the content that is available to see of the people you follow. Then the less active you are, of course, it's going to have to sort and show you and prioritize the stuff that you're most interested in seeing. So the key thing is you want to be active, right? Which is what I've been, one of the things I've been saying is you need to be active. You need to get on Instagram at least a couple times a day. Check the feed, interact. Not just liking or leaving a vague comment, liking and actually leaving real comments. Now, going to the next thing is feed ranking does not favor the photo or video format universally, but people's feeds are tuned based on what kind of content you engage with. So if you never stop to watch videos, you might see fewer of them. Makes sense? And it's basically back to that prioritizing. If you do not engage with, say, videos in your newsfeed, guess what? You're not going to see as much videos in your newsfeed. Now, if you engage with a lot of photos, of course you're going to see more photos in your feed. It's a prioritizing. It knows what you like and doesn't like. Or don't like. Yeah. And, grammar, please. You can catch me later on that. Sorry. Instagram feed does not favor users who use stories, lives, or other special features of the app. Okay, back to this whole myth circulated about 6 months ago or so, that if you use stories or live more frequently, it's going to help boost your newsfeed content. Nope. Independent, people. Now, stories could potentially help your content if you're using, say, share post stories. Potentially. It's basically you could bring a little traffic to that content piece of getting, get a few more likes, get a few more comments. But other than that, they operate independently. Now, let's go on to the next thing. Instagram does not downrank users for posting too frequently or for other specific behaviors, but it might swap in content in between someone if they rapid fire separate posts. Basically, if someone posts a lot, what it's going to do in your feed is basically Instagram is going to try, the algorithm is going to try and break it up so that way you don't see too much of their content all at once. And so it's going to try and feed in, a couple other people's posts here and there to help break things up. We knew that a couple months ago that was technically part of the new Instagram algorithm. It's just basically they're just making a couple of tweaks, and they're going to work on that. Now, the next part is Instagram does not give extra presence to personal accounts versus business accounts, so switching won't help your reach. Hey there, thanks for joining. Trying to, little less. Sorry, my glasses are not working right now. Tiny font and barely see. But hey, thanks for joining. We're dishing about some of the new information coming about the Instagram algorithm. And we're busting some myths. All right. So basically, what I was just reading was Instagram doesn't give extra presence to personal accounts versus business accounts. A while ago, there was this rumor that if you switched from a personal to a business, well, that's going to give your business profiles are going to have less ranking with the Instagram algorithm with your newsfeed. No, that's Facebook. Facebook rewards personal profiles over pages. Instagram doesn't work that. So basically what it's saying is, personal versus business profiles on Instagram are 50-50. It's basically whatever your audience engages with the content, that means they're going to see your content. And there's no special treatment. But, Now I'm going to go to the last myth busting thing, which I'm totally excited about. Shadow banning is not a real thing, and Instagram says it does not hide people's content for posting too many hashtags or taking other actions. Finally, as I've been saying for like over a year since this whole damn shadow banning has surfaced, it doesn't exist. It's not a thing. It's a made-up boogeyman for Instagram or Slenderman or whatever the newest urban urban legend boogeyman type thing is. The whole shadow banning thing started from a photography group of people, of accounts. I think it was March last year or so. There was a massive glitch when Instagram rolled out an update. They even admitted to this, where hashtags were not operating, period, for everyone. Well, this group of photographers thought they were being selected in where their posts were not being shown. They're going like, well, if I search this hashtag, you can't see my content. Guess what? That was the case for everyone. So that kind of died off of basically, okay, once things kind of was explained, unfortunately, there was a little bit of still fire going in. And then Instagram did something April last year, which is they declared war on bots. Bots are the freaking little things that leave spammy comments, likes, and follows you. It's basically it's total automated. Where you get like the stupid little quick little emoji response, or great content, or great profile, or come and check our profile out, blah blah blah. Because whatever they program the messaging to be. When they declared war on bots, it's basically they start getting these bots services shut down. Well, guess what? By shutting them down, that means there is less likes, less comments, less auto following. So yeah, people started to see a decrease in engagement. Then every few months, Instagram does another round of where they shut these, get these services shut down. And a couple months later, so yeah, it's like over, every couple months we see a decrease in potential like counts and comments, and basically, but we're getting to a true engagement period now. Is because that's the thing is when I post something, I know I'm probably at most going to get 20 to 30 likes, maybe more depending on the content piece. I'm fine with that because what I look at my engagement rate per post. My engagement rate per post, I average roughly between 4 to 6%, which is phenomenal with Instagram. Really, for just a regular account, that's phenomenal. But unfortunately, though, is what people, certain groups kept seeing is, well, my like count's going down, so therefore my content is being hidden. No, it's a universal thing. It's basically we're getting to a true reach period. It's been I'm trying to think of other ways I can say this. But it's just this whole Instagram shadow banning is not a real thing. It's not real. People have made up every freaking excuse imaginable for, well, my content isn't being seen, so therefore I'm being shadow banned, or my content's not performing as it used to, I'm being shadow banned. But there are factors you need to take into. It's like, okay, so maybe our content didn't perform as well as, say, last week's content piece or a month ago. Things to consider. Timing. Did you post at the right time? That's where insights come in. You can see when your audience is the most active and potentially the most engaging. Use that as a measuring tool to know when to post. Also, look at your hashtags. Are you using the right ones? Are you using enough? Are you using just too big ones, where they're being used millions of times, and then maybe you're not getting the true? You need to narrow the hashtags down to, say, ones that are used, 500,000 times or 10,000 times or 100 times. Is basically the more niche ones are the more rewarding ones, because that means those are the ones that people are selectively typing in and looking up, and then potentially finding your content. And another factor to think of is maybe it's just this particular content piece. Maybe it wasn't just speaking to people. Maybe the graphic just wasn't eye-catching enough to make people stop and when they're scrolling to look at it. Maybe it's the caption itself. Maybe the caption just didn't appeal to people. It's like where they're reading it, or like they couldn't identify with it, and so they just kept on moving. They couldn't like it. They really didn't want to comment with it. So maybe you need to look at potentially changing it, maybe your tone or what you're asking of people or talking about. It requires some testing to see what really speaks to your audience. And another thing is, maybe your content just sucks. I hate, there's no other way to say it. It's just sometimes there are, we all seen it. There's some shitty content out there. It's, just, bad graphics. Just basically it's nothing but hashtags and people just like, nope, spam. Basically it's basically if your caption is nothing but hashtags, people are most likely going to think spam. So that's why I'm saying, you got to examine all angles of why your content may not be performing. And it's not a quick one type solution of it's like, well, my content just isn't performing, so therefore I'm being shot at. Nope. Instagram says they don't do that. So whatever's going on in the content on your end, it's your end. But so this is pretty much what was going on the last couple of days in the Instagram world news-wise, because this is something that Instagram has never done before. They have never been full transparent on their algorithm. We knew certain things that, we knew it was a prioritizing system. We knew that from day one. It's basically, we knew the more you engage with accounts' content, the more you're going to see them, and the more the algorithm is going to reward you by showing you more of their content. Now, what this also means is that it means do not operate on the assumption, well, if I produce more content, therefore I'm going to get seen more. No. I post on average now once, maybe twice a week. And I'm still doing good. It's basically my key followers see my stuff. They like, they comment. No issues. It's basically, back to just sort of like what we're having to do with Facebook now. It's just we need to post rewarding content. Basically, the stuff that's going to make people want to stop scrolling. Basically stop going do or thumb. Whatever finger you use. And basically, you want to make sure that your image, video, whatever it is in the feed, it makes people stop. Then makes people and then the caption is basically the caption needs to caption people's attention. Basically, because one of the things I do is I always start with my greeting. It's basically, make it personal. Invite people in to to expand the post and see what you're fully talking about. Ask questions. Hey, Tanya, good to see you. I'm kind of doing a continuation of Jen's little side rant. I don't know. Not really side rant. It wasn't full rant. Just kind of venting about the news with the Instagram algorithm, but my version. And can't really say Jen's rant was the full rant yesterday because we've seen her rants. But it just, I'm actually kind of cooling things down with just finishing up on explaining why shadow banning is the Instagram boogeyman. How it doesn't exist. It's just this urban legend. So. But it's great that Instagram did this because it's hopefully going to silence some of the haters. I know there's going to be some diehards out there going, no, shadow banning still exists. Nope. And it's just, but I'm prepared for that. I know there's still going to be a fight with these people. But at least I can say as well, Instagram says they don't exist. So, basically, the Instagram, the Instagram boogeyman, aka shadow banning, doesn't exist. You can, I don't know, is it like maybe Beetlejuice? If you say it 3 times, it'll magically appear. But But it's just basically it's just kind of going circling back. What I was saying a little bit ago was just as long as you keep posting good content, and I mean good content, not just post on the fly. Make sure the graphics are branded on key, and just basically appeals to people. I mean, I just don't know how many other ways I can keep saying this, and for it to sink in with some people is you want to use. It's also just use I mean, the key thing is use graphics, photo, text, whatever you want to use for your the image thing part for the Instagram is you want to make sure that thing is worthy. Basically, it's going to make people hit the brakes on their thumb or finger. Whatever finger. Sometimes I alternate. Finger or thumb when scrolling. Yeah. Oh, the mind of an ADD person. But let's see. Yeah. So there's no hashtag limit. The only limit is there's a maximum of 30 hashtags. I mean, it's basically you just can't go past 30 hashtags between, and that includes putting hashtags in comments. That is it. It's basically 30 hashtags per post. That's it. There was things circulating, earlier, like only use 4 or 5 hashtags. That's just, there's no science behind that other than just someone just said that. There was a report circulating about a few months ago saying, optimum is 12 to 15. Again, I haven't seen the science numbers behind that, but I say I'm more of just use hashtags that are relevant to your posting and to you. It's basically that's my recommendation. If it's 30 hashtags and they're all relevant to you and your content, go for it. I usually average between 20 to 25 per post. Every now and then I might go to 30, like say if it's a holiday, so I might throw in extra holiday, hashtags. But other than that, I say more the merrier until, or just, because also it's one of the things is, that's why I like to say like using plan only, and a few others where you can see the hashtag, how many hashtags you've used, because if you do go over 30 and then you post, basically your caption's going to be blank because it just basically deletes the whole thing. So if that happens, make sure you have at least your caption like in a copy and paste so you can at least have it in your clipboard to retrieve, or otherwise you just got to create a whole new caption. But yeah, it's just basically, there's no penalties whatsoever of, as long as, I mean, and it's all, I'm trying to think of other things that had kind of gotten, morphed into these myths. I know one of them is basically if you use a banned hashtag, it's going to make all your other hashtags not relevant or not operational. No, it's basically, it just means that hashtag that you use that's banned or temporarily banned or locked, just means that one's not going to work. And all the other hashtags are going to work with your content, so it's not going to do anything. Because it's also, because people don't also realize that that some hashtags do get banned, or it's a temporary ban. Say like ones that have been reported for inappropriate use, or ones that are controversial, or for whatever reasons. There are certain hashtags that are permanently banned. It's also there is no official list of banned hashtags. I mean, people have tried, but unfortunately, you're talking probably potentially thousands of hashtags that are banned and not operate. You can't use them. But but also as once they do get reported for inappropriate use, there'll be a temporary lock on them, and just basically Instagram does a full cleanup. It's basically any inappropriate content that has used that hashtag, they got to remove it. Also, it's like one of the things is certain holiday hashtags do get locked down during the holiday itself. Like say like one coming up 4th of July. You got to be careful because some of the 4th of July ones do get locked down just because if they they'll get used like millions of times, and that way they're not able to monitor that content, so they'll just lock that hashtag down. So that's one thing you also got to consider with your holiday marketing. Like Merry Christmas gets locked down. It's not it's not like they're not anti-Christmas or not anti-Independence Day. It's just they just want to make sure that there's no inappropriate usage, so they'll lock down some of the popular hashtags during holidays and events. But just things to keep in mind. I'm trying to think of any other myths that might have gotten sucked into the whole other myths that they were debunking. Kind of like back to this blog post that was circulated in January. It's like, where only 10% of your audience sees your content. Well, no, because I just read earlier that Instagram doesn't hide your content. It doesn't. But yeah, I think that's going to be kind of it with my little mini, just kind of venting. It's also, this is going to be the replay, so this is going to be, up for 24 hours. So if anyone watching the replay, you got questions, comments, and all that, put them in there or DM me. Happy to take a look. I'm going to try and load this up also on YouTube as well. So if you go to, I'll probably hopefully get that loaded up tomorrow, depending on schedule. And if this thing saves, because sometimes Instagram lives don't save. I hate that. But get that uploaded on YouTube. So those watching, if you go to my profile and hit the link tree link in my bio, my YouTube, scroll to the bottom, you can click the YouTube button and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll get, then you'll see when that video goes live. And then also all the Chatgram live replays I do on Facebook, they get posted on YouTube as well. So if you miss Chatgram Live, which is the first and third Tuesday of each month at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, which means, there was one earlier today. You can catch that, today's replay, hopefully by the end of the week. Because first I got to save that file, because, this is the big file. And unfortunately, that's the bad part about doing Facebook Lives is, especially when you're doing a, 45 minutes to an hour long thing, it's a big file. Hey, Rebecca, where the hell have you been? You're coming at the tail end. Because I was just telling people that the replay is going to be up for 24 hours, and then I'm also going to hopefully get this thing uploaded to YouTube if this video saves, because we both know that how reliable the saving function is lately. But yeah, so everyone, let's wrap this up. Thank you everyone for joining in, and anyone catching a replay, post a link in the comments or direct message me if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever. If you want to say hi. All right. Thank you everyone. Have a good day. And let's end this thing.